and welcome to Dees20Stitches. I'm Dee. I'm a trans and queer cross-stitcher, crafter, educator, clown. I am a clown. I have a certificate and everything, and that's a long story, but let's go back to the whole spiel. My pronouns are they, them. That's also very important. And I'm back, baby. I'm back. It's been a month. I told you I'd be back after a month. I'm here. And I'm very excited because I have a whole new setup that I've been finagling for an hour and a half. I have a camera. I have my podcast mic. I have my laptop that's very sad and old and is just struggling. And I've had to start and stop for like an hour now, but we're back. We're here. It's going to be better than ever. Better than episode 1. We're on to episode 2. This is great. And you're here and you're back. And I really appreciate that you're here and back and press play to spend a little bit of time with me. Speaking of that, wow. When I posted my first Flosstube, I did not think that it would be noticed or be recognized, and I was really excited to see everyone had a lot of fun with me. I had a lot of beautiful subscribers. I had a lot of beautiful people leaving me amazing comments that I did a little heart with if I read it, and I read all of them, and I left some messages where I could. And every time I got a little alert that said someone liked my video or someone, subscribed, it filled my cold, dead heart just a little bit more. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate it if you're, back here watching again. And I appreciate it so much that at the end of this video, I've got a plan for y'all. I've got a plan to show my appreciation to you. So hold your little horses until the end, and then we'll explain all that. I've got so much exciting things to talk about with you. I've got new starts. I've got cool whips. I've got lots of stuff that I bought because I was in the States for like 2 weeks, and you have such great stuff. So this is gonna be a little party. So put on your party hats and get a little drink and have some fun with me. You ready? Let's do some starts. So this is stuff that cross-stitch projects that I started in between when you last saw me and today. And I've got some doozies because the first one is something close to my heart. It is the first design that I ever designed and sold with my friend Kari Knockin. And this is the Trans Pride Tapestry. And it may look a lot smaller because I stitched it over 1 on the called for 32 count from Mystic Fabrics. Don't look at that stuff because it's a little messy. But this stuff, we got into the groove. And if you can see there, that is Diamant. That's the called for Diamant Snow White. And it's not just one strand. I separated that one strand into the 3 parts. So this is a third of a strand of Diamant. What? Because I couldn't fit a whole one in. It just wouldn't go in. It looked bunchy and crunchy and didn't look good. So this is the bottom of the pattern. It's about 6 inches, and normally it's about 12. So she's going to be teeny weeny. Why? Sometimes you need a little treat, right? That was my first start. I started that back in the end of July, early August, because every day is Trans Pride when you are trans and fabulous like me. Hair check. Wow. Wow. It's offensive. I apologize for that. So offensive. Second new start. I want to talk about this because this has a story. They all have stories. I'm a storyteller. This is, oh, did I show you, hold on. Did I show you all of the trans Pride Tapestry? I don't think I did. And you know what? I'm not going to do the whole cutting thing because that caused a lot of chaos in my life. So I'm just going to show you the old-fashioned way. There she is. That's what it looks like. If you do not have this pattern and you would like it, you can go on Instagram at Dees20Stitches. You can go to my bio. It's there. Click it. $10. It's yours. She's yours. She's big. She's beautiful. She's trans. We love her. Please go purchase. Okay, backtrack. Start number 2. This is ink circles, arranging seashells. Here, that's where it is. So I asked y'all for some help. I asked, hey, I'm going to the Oregon coast. I want to stitch something seaside-y. What do you got? And you delivered. Like, I have so many PDFs, like, in a secret, like, I'm a dragon sitting on top of beach-themed PDFs, cross-stitch PDFs, because you mentioned it and I went, oh, I gotta have that. Clicked it and it's mine. So thank you everyone who suggested it. And this one, I gotta tell you, after all those suggestions, after all that, I bought something that I just found randomly. I went to my friend, Mislaid Pages. No, it's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. I'll put the details on the bottom there. Jessie from Mislaid Pages. I was just checking out their Etsy shop and I saw that and I thought it was perfect. It was small. It's like, I don't know, 60, 70, 50 stitches around there. Not, 50 by 60, not 50 stitches. And I thought it was perfect. Didn't have many DMCs. So let me show you how I did. Bloop. Oh, wow. Again, itty bitty. This is on 25 count Lugana that I hand dyed myself. It's like blue. It's showing up pretty good. And, that's a butt. Sorry, I guess. And look, okay, my favorite secret thing is, look, trans pride shell. It's a secret. Ink circles just snuck something in for me. Isn't that pretty? I have grand plans for this one. Just the grandest plans. This is a border that I've started. I'm going to do a border, part of my grand plans. I'm going to do a border around. This is just a DMC variegated thread that is cool, that I like, that I matched. So pretty. I just stitched starting the day that I arrived in Seaside, Oregon, and I finished stitching the day that we left. So it has a lot of meaning to me. If you didn't listen to my first episode, I talked about how every year since I was a little kid, my family and I went to Seaside, Oregon and did the Oregon coast. And except for last year, because so my partner and I took a plane down, saw my parents. It was medicine. It was really healing, and I slept like a baby the entire time. My chronic illnesses felt like they took a vacation too, and it felt really good. So that start is going to have a lot of meaning for me. I don't know when I'm going to get back to it, but when I do, it's going to fill me with those good feelings, you know? I hope you have a start like that. Like, I hope you, in your stash, you have something that's connected to a moment in time that makes you happy. So when you're bringing out, it kind of fills you with a little joy. I say, like, put a drop in your joy bucket. If you don't have something like that, search it out. Like, find something that can connect you to a moment. So when you're having a lot of, you know, troubles, because it's hell, it is tough out there. I hope you have something like that. And if you do have something like that, could you tell me about it? Like, put that in the comments, because I want to know, like, what piece kind of centers you, because that's what cross stitching is about, right? Like, crafting is about being centered. Anyway, philosophy. I have so much of it. New purchase is this bag. And it has something in it. And we'll talk about that. But this bag is by Vintage Owl Lady. And they're on, I think it's two people, Susan and Amelia. And they're on Instagram. And I saw this on Instagram, and I just... When I was in the States, I splurged a little bit. Because every time I saw something for sale, I thought, oh, the shipping from the States to the States, it's so cheap. So let me just buy it and get it sent to my parents' house while I'm in the area. So I was buying stuff up to like the second to last day, or like third to last day before we left, just to get it. And this was one of those items. I bought it. The shipping was cheap from the States to the States. I would not have bought it if it was shipping to Canada, because shipping to Canada is ridiculous. And it fits my Q-snap. And what is in my Q-snap is, like, so exciting. It's not going to look exciting, but it's exciting. That's a lot. Ugh, like me. Okay. Wow, isn't that the most... It looks like a bosom. Oops. Content warning, it's titties. And that, sorry, you know, it's fine. I'm not for children. So exciting, this thing, because this is a model stitch of one of Kari and my new designs. I'm so excited. So this is, of course, it's on Mystic fabric, 32 count again. And it's not a bosom. I mean, it could be, but can I show you what it is? We're releasing, okay, so here's the story. Kari and I, if you don't know, Kari is a buddy of mine that I met through performing. And she's also an amazing artist. And she designed the original art for the Pride Tapestry. And you guys loved it. Like, y'all loved it. So we decided, let's keep going. Let's do it again. And this time we kind of went a little overboard. Kari loves Halloween. I love Halloween too. So we are releasing 4 patterns in September to get you ready for your Halloween stitching. There is one big one, and by big I mean not as big as the Pride Tapestry, because she's big. I mean, I think it was 100 by like 100 by 150, so like big. That is being stitched by my model stitcher right now, so I won't show you that because that's the big beautiful one. And we also have 3 smalls. And we're going to call them, I believe they're called the Lil Hexes. And can I show you the one that I'm working on now? It's a preview. Look at. Y'all are VIPs. You're Dee-I-P. I was going to say Dee-I-P. D's important people. Oh. That's really cute. Okay, here it is. That's Lil Hex. Lil Hex number 1, as I'm calling them right now. It's black, white, and 2 other colors. Easy. It is 70 stitches by 75 or 80. Some of them are 70. I remember there's going to be 3 of them. This is number 1. That's what I'm stitching. That's what... How dare. That's what I'm stitching. Oh, he cute. Look at him. So it's not a bosom. Sorry. That is going to be released with 2 other siblings in a package. And we have the big piece that will be released. And we will be doing a 50-50 charity like we did with the Trans Pride Tapestry. And then we have needle minders. And then Kari told me that she has stickers and I think prints of her original art for the big piece. You know about like tricking and treating? We are giving you so many treats right now. Oh, just eating them up. Okay, I'm not gonna put this away. Bye. I'm so excited. So next time I'll see you, I think I'll do all the announcements and hopefully I'll have all the models stitched. Who knows? Let's talk about what other works in progress I had. Bloop. Oh no. Oh, thread. Everywhere, excuse me. Oh, wait, hold on. That's better. Gotta put some style in it, right? I feel like I'm not very laid back this episode, and I apologize for that. I'm just really excited to be here after trying to record for an hour. This is... Oh, no. Oh, no. No, not gonna... Just a mess. This is the... I'm trying to... This is the Quaker Rainbow Tiles. Boop. And I added, I think from last time, I added this luxurious row. Oh, and it's full coverage, so it kind of just, it feels good. Is that bad, me touching all my stitching and I don't wash it with my grubby fingers? It's hand sanitizer. It's just always hand sanitizer. Or like peanut butter, right? So I have a problem. And it's this. Let me just show you. Is this row. That row. This one. As you can see, I started working on this light green row because I have a problem. That's my problem. And it's not usually a problem with because this is DMC. But my problem is this is DMC 3894. And if you are one of those people who, you know, knows your DMC, you're like, oh no. 3894. Why, D? Why would you do that? It is 3894, which is the ultra light parrot green. I sound so smart, but I looked it up. So, and that is a DMC color that was in an exclusive pack. So it had some like muted tones and it had like ultra bright, beautiful light colors. And you cannot buy them individually. Like, I've looked. You would have to buy the whole pack. And the pack is usually sometimes available at Michael's. If you're lucky, Michael's is our craft store. You know, it's like Joann's, or the other one I will not name in this house. You know the one. It knows what it did. You can buy the pack. But the pack is, I don't know, like, what, $17? And I don't want to buy a whole new pack of exclusive colors. And then I have just more of it. And I don't want more of it. Well, anyway. So I'm playing Thread Chicken, and I have to finish that light green. So I've got 1.5 boxes left. 1.5 boxes left. 18 count, hand dyed Ada. And this is as much as I have. Place your bets, folks. I think I can do it. What do you think? We'll find out. Probably not, not in the next month or so, but we'll find out. I'll keep you posted on that. What would I do? I guess I would just buy it. Okay. The long-awaited one. Oops. Oh no. It's stuck. You know her. You love her. It is my shame. My nerdy shame. It is the Game of Thrones map. And, no, I hate this camera that's opposite. It makes me sad. Here we go. I did this one. And I started out this. And this was only stuff that I did on the plane, because it's 14 count Ada. I did in the car rides, because we had some long car rides. That's all I did. Now, who hoopst are these sigils? Good question. I thought this was a moose. It ain't a moose. It's a elk, caribou, deer, reindeer. And I know who this one is, because I had my partner write it down. This is Renly Baratheon. Does that mean anything to me? No. Oh. Wait, no, I do know. Okay, here's the thing. This is the guy, I think. He's the out gay guy, or we know he was gay in Game of Thrones in the TV show, and then they fridge him because he's gay, right? They kill him off. When I say fridge, I mean a thing that happens in media where you have a queer person, or sometimes like it's the only woman in the show, or the one black character, and they kill the character off for the plot. And it's called fridging because I believe, let me tap into my nerd knowledge. I believe there's a Green Lantern comic. Wow. And I believe one of the Green Lantern's wife is murdered and put in a fridge. And I think that's why we call it fridging. And the plot revolved around basically her being killed. So when writers are lazy, they kill off a person of color or a LGBTQ character or even a woman just to make things easier for them to write, to give usually the white male cis straight guy like motivation. And I think that's what happened with this guy. Am I right? You know what? I give you all that information and I'm probably not right. This is probably that guy who does whispering. Was that Littlefinger? I remember his name. Anyway, I talk about fridging and I talk about queer representation in media a lot because there's not a lot of it for us. Because usually they kill off the one gay character. It's not fun. And I also did this one. This one's going to be the Dragon Lady. Is it upside down? Yes. This one's going to be the Dragon Lady. She's blonde. She's fab. She's cool. Do I remember her name? No. But I do know that during Game of Thrones, there was a lot of people who named their like had a baby and named their kids after her. And I'm not going to yuck any yums, but I am also a teacher. And I know when kids have a original name, they'd, rather not eventually. That is why I want to implement a policy where you get to change your name every 5 years. Because, maybe at 5 you want to be Tyrannosaurus Rex Monster Truck. And so you get to be that for 5 years. And then when you're 10, you pick something else, right? That would make my life and a lot of trans people's lives a lot easier. Anyway, those are all my whips. And what are we at? We're at 27 minutes. Okay. I've got so much haul, y'all. This is something I bought in Canada. I think a lot of people have it. And I'm not a person who stitches words or sayings. I don't know why. But I did see this. This one. Look. Oh, so cute. So my brother-in-law and his wife is having a baby. And he is a marine biologist. And they met in a marine biologist, center camp. So we're going to do little fishies. And I will probably, if you remember how I finished my turtle, I'm probably going to do something like that for this. I'm going to make another little toy out of this. When am I going to start it? Who knows? When is the baby due? December? January? I better get on that. But this, if you haven't seen this book, it's very cute. I love that green background. That's to be stitched on green Ada. What other ones do I like? This one. Ugh. I'm not a words person, so I would probably just stitch the aminals. So cute. My plans, I'm a bee person. Very cute. I think if I were to stitch any of these with the words, I would probably do it on a bag, do it on a tote, which is what I'm doing. I have some finishes back here. That's what I'm doing with those. So that's my first haul. Then I went to one of my, there we go. LNS places. This is the Stitcher's Muse. It's in Nanaimo, BC. Nanaimo's on Vancouver Island, which isn't in Vancouver. It's very confusing. Vancouver is the mainland, and then you take a ferry to Vancouver Island. In Canada, we don't have a lot of L&S. I have none near me anyway. None in Vancouver, none in the big city. There might be some in the interior. I haven't Googled, haven't found it. There are 2 on the island, one in Victoria, that I get a lot of my fabric that I dye. It's called Buttons and Something. Buttons and Something. That could be my L&S store. And then Stitcher's Muse. And Stitcher's Muse is in Nanaimo, and it was my first time visiting. And I got some cool stuff. So I got, let's see if I can white balance that. That is, yes. Some dark blue navy Ada, 18 count, for those little fishies that I want to stitch for new baby. I also got, this is, see, I thought it was Lugana, but I'm gonna, this is like a modelly, whitey, bluey. I thought it was Lugana. This is 25 count, but it does look like linen. It's not showing up great. I bought that for, I don't know, whatever I feel like, honestly. Actually, I bought the jackalope tapestry from Dees20Stitches. I think that would be good on that. And then cappuccino. This is a you see it? This is, I believe, a Weeks Dye Works, I think. And it's kind of modeled cappuccino. And I got a huge section of that. Why? Why not? I could probably stitch something on that. Maybe a new design that I'm designing with Kari for Christmas. Maybe. It's big. I also got the most teeny tiny scissors. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so tiny. I got these because I wanted to take something on a plane, and I did not want to be stopped, because one time in Australia, I got some scissors and they told me that they were too long. I could kill a person with them. Do you think I could kill a person with these? I'll just cut a little artery. I mean, that could go into someone's eyeball if you really tried. Anything could be a weapon. Anyway, I bought it. I took it on the plane. It was fine. It worked. Wow. My hair. Sorry. I got stitch gauge, so I know, how many count things are. Handy dandy. And then my new prized possession. And I want to thank Nadi and Ymir. Nadi from Stitchy Nadi, right? Yeah. And Almond M&Ms. Ymir from Almond M&Ms. This is Bohin France 28 count tapestry needles. So Nadi posted something about stitching small, over 1. And I loved it. And I said, I was stitching, that's right. I was stitching my Pride Tapestry with a 24 count, DMC special with a point on it. Because I thought that's it. I thought that's all the needles you can have, is just that needle. And Nadi said, oh no, you can get smaller counts and then tagged in Ymir, Almond M&M. And then I was told tag team style about these 28 count. What was I stitching with before? It was like I tied DMC to a chopstick and just pushed it through my linen compared to these. These are, when I didn't know. I didn't know there were other needles. I didn't know there were other like size needles. I knew. Because I did beading, so I should know this. But I didn't know, right? I didn't. So I bought these, and there's 2 left because they're in all of my projects. And I owe those 2 stitchers my life. I owe a life debt. That's big. Because they've made my stitching so much faster. If you have not tried a 28 needle, just grab one. And I know there's people out there saying, oh, you've never tried 28 count, and I just didn't know they existed, or I didn't think to check. So these are my new babies. I'm gonna buy 17 million of them. That's what I bought at the Stitcher's Muse at Nanaimo. I hope you like this. I don't know. Then I went to America. And as I said, I just went buck wild. I could not be stopped. Speaking of could not be stopped. This is not a stitchy thing. But I just have to. Do I say? America, you surprised me. You should be predictable, but you surprised me. I walked into my favorite queer beef jerky store in Seaside, Oregon. And if you've been to Seaside, Oregon, you know what store I'm talking about. It is queer, and they do sell beef jerky. They also sell USA. And I bought it. And what does it taste like? Imperialism, probably. I don't know, like Benjamin Franklin. I don't know. It's from my friend. My friend is a soda head, and I bought this for them. And I just have to show it to you because it as a Canadian, it just tickled me pink. It just gave me something. It empowered me. Have you tried USA? Do you understand how many Mountain Dew flavors there are in America? Blows my mind. Anyway, that's not stitchy. Let me show you what is stitchy. This is stitchy. This is Cannon Beach, Haystack Rock. That's the rock on the Oregon coast. They just have like giant rocks where puffins live on the beach. And that's one of them. Haystack Rock is the very famous one on Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is south of Seaside. It's really pretty. This is by a local designer. And it's a whole kit. Like, it just had everything. And this is, the pattern is handmade. Like, it's so sweet. So I will be stitching this. Probably not on the Aida that they gave. They just gave like 14 count Aida. And my plan is, once I finish this pattern, I'm going to hand it on to y'all. Because this is just the sweetest thing. So if you're like, you know, Oregon native or Pacific Northwest bean or someone who's visited, and so look out for that. I also got especially some Oregon fabric to finish with. This is from one of my favorite places in Cannon Beach, Center Diamond. If you're a quilter, and you live on the Oregon coast, you know. So I got enough for myself and one other person So when I finish this, whoever I send it to will be getting part of this too. So you can finish it on your Oregon fabric too. So that will be, when will that be? I don't know. But it's locked in. I also got something I'm going to make into a needle minder. That is the Astoria Bridge in Astoria, Oregon. If you know the Goonies, you know Astoria because that's where they filmed it. Build bridges, not walls. Love it. I'm going to make that into a nice needle minder because I love it. And I also got this. Yesterday's Charm Happy Fruits. These are embroidery patterns. Oh, look at those. Just a bunch of... Oh. Are those fruits boyfriends? I think so. Applesauce. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. Adorable. Love it. Is that it? Cannon Beach. Yeah, that's all my haul. I do want to talk about one other thing. Oh, yeah, let's do that. So I have a surprise for you all at the end of this video. But before we get to it, there was a question in my comments last time that came up with the rainbow tiles. And it's a question about appropriation and art, specifically art appropriation. And I want to just like really clarify it and use it as like a teaching moment. So I mentioned in the first video that the designer of the rainbow tiles put up a Palestinian design. And she, as far as I know, and I think we know, is not Palestinian. And I said I was not a fan of that. And I was also not a fan of how this designer said they didn't want to talk about anything too political. And I mean, you know how I feel about people making things, talking how lives in human rights are political. They're not political. Speaking of political, wait, hold on. Anyway. So I had a lot of questions in the comments about, well, appropriation, and should I be stitching this stitcher, this designer, and et cetera, et cetera. And I just want to kind of talk about appropriation in art because it's something that I see pop up a lot in the cross-stitch world and I don't see addressed. So let me tell you about how I've been educated, and I will give that information to you to do with what you'd like. I just want you to do some reading and education. So when I say art appropriation, I mean that a person in a culture of power has taken a design element of someone else's culture, and usually it happens where that culture is marginalized. So it's kind of stepped on or pushed down, or it's been marginalized in the past. And the artist who takes this culture's design, they sell it as their own and they make money off of it. So let me give you an example. And this is an example that we use. I used to be a burlesque performer and a drag artist. And when a white performer would use indigenous culture as a performance piece, so like they would wear a indigenous headdress or costume. It's not costume, it's regalia, but they would call it a costume or use it as a costume. And they would take it to a gig and they would get paid for it. So you have a white person making money off of an indigenous culture that as a whole has been marginalized. I mean, the history in Canada and the United States, it's genocide. Like, these indigenous people, and it still is, governments are wanting the culture dead. And they've put through policies that have done this. So when a non-indigenous person makes money by using this culture, that's appropriation. It's not appropriate. And I see this happen in cross-stitch a lot when a white designer takes a design, like, again, the Palestinian design that I mentioned last time, and makes money off of it. That kind of stinks. So instead, we should find an artist of that culture to buy from and to appreciate. That's better. Another thing that is hooked onto that is, and I've seen this a lot, is when non-queer or trans people sell cross-stitch patterns that are pride patterns. And they say, well, I'm an ally and I'd like to celebrate pride, and here's a pattern, buy it for me. That rubs me the wrong way as a queer and trans person, because that is a ally who is making money off of pride, and it's not their pride. Like, allies can join in, but like not be centered, right? So this is to say, if you are buying a pattern, whether that be a pride pattern or a pattern from a marginalized culture, make sure that, the first and foremost, try to find a person from that community. That's the best bet, right? Try to find, and it's okay to ask. Like, it might feel weird and embarrassing, but it's honestly okay to ask. I actually had a couple people ask me, are you trans? Is your artist trans, when they were buying my pattern? And I was so excited because I'm like, yes, I'm a trans person creating this trans tapestry pattern. It's cool. Again, if you want to celebrate a culture, that's cool. Like, make a pattern, but maybe make it free, or make it the proceeds that are taken in, maybe like donate all the proceeds to that group, because that would be very helpful. Because if I see like a pride pattern, or like a pride stitchy box that is not full of queer or trans. When I say queer, I mean LGBTQIA2S. I mean the whole rainbow, right? Which is, for me, anyway, when I see it and the artists aren't from the community, I don't know. It just is like putting money in ally pockets. Doesn't feel good. And I noticed, and I emailed, and the emails back were not great. So, art appropriation. What have we learned? Buy from the community that it comes from. That's it. That's all. Try to find, do your research, ask around. It's there. It's definitely there. Support marginalized communities. Right? That was a lot. I hope that made sense to everyone, and it wasn't just me rambling for 10 minutes. It's important. That's why I talked about it. What is also important is, y'all, you floored me with your kindness and your subscriptions and everything. So I'm going to give back to you. And this is what I'm going to do. I am going to start a Dees20Stitches subscriber snail mail club. And this is how you join. Down below in the comments or in the description, I have a Google form. And you click on that Google form and you fill it out. And then it gives me like your name and your address and a couple other pieces of information. And every time you leave a comment on one of my videos, you are entered for that month. And at the end of the month, when I do my new video, I will pick one person who is on my subscriber list, has filled out the Google address form, and has left a comment. And you will be entered to win some snail mail from me. What kind of snail mail? Whatever I feel like. And let me show you, I actually bought some stuff. This is not everything that will be in the snail mail package, but it's just something. I got the snail mail person some Pacific Northwest cute stickers. Cannon Beach Haystack Rock sticker. I will be making the person their own Oregon Coast needle minder with like magnets. I don't know if you like it, but I like it. In Long Beach, Washington, there is a museum. It's called Marsh's Free Museum. There is a thing there called Jake. He is an alligator man. If you know, then you know. Actually, I have a picture of Jake the alligator man. This is his art I bought. It's one of those hokey taxidermy, you know, like National Enquirer, like Bat Boy stuff, only it's half man, half alligator. And he's crusty and beautiful, and I love him so much. I have Jake the Alligator Man lip balm. It's called Jake's Kissing Wax. And I will be sending that to the Snail Mail Club. Maybe you don't want to join now. I hope you do. It's SPF 15, by the way. I'm going to throw that in too. Why? Because I love it. And I'll throw in some other stuff. So, if you would like to be a part of the Snail Mail Club, this is what you do. You, again, fill out the form, the Google form below with your address. You comment, and you're a subscriber, and all three things. And then I will check those three things, and I'll pick one person next video, and I'll send you out some treats. And this is how I'll do my giveaways too. So you'll have to be a subscriber, you'll have to comment, and you don't have to say anything special. It's just comment with something. And yeah, that's it. I'm so excited to send mail to you because I love sending mail. And we don't do it enough. I'm really excited about it. Anything else? Plans? I gotta work on my model stitching to get ready for Halloween, y'all. So next video, I will show you all 4 patterns that Kari and I are releasing. And I will announce what charity we will be releasing to, and I'll get you all hepped up for those patterns. That's my priority right now. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you're a subscriber. Make sure if you would like some snail mail, comment, and then you can comment about anything. And make sure you fill out that Google form. And also, if you if my art appropriation talk, if it got you thinking, or if you got, if you have some questions, and you're doing some Googling, or if you, went to my Instagram and saw my Misgendering 101 story and you want to send me a tip, I actually have a Ko-fi. I think that's what it's called. So you just click, you buy me a coffee. It's like $3 American, I think. And that just supports me in my education because, as I said before, I am an educator in real life and my classes ain't free because my gay time is worth a lot of money. So yeah, if you learned something today, click on that and send me a tip. I think that's it, actually. Wow, we're under an hour. We're doing it. Okay, what did I say last time? I think I said, be a kind person, whatever person you are. That sounds good. Thank you for spending time with me today.